Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most controversial topics in history. Was the moon landing faked? We all grew up thinking this was one of humanity's greatest achievements, but there's a whole rabbit hole of conspiracy theories out there that suggest something fishy might have gone down. So buckle up and get ready to question everything you thought you knew. We're about to explore 5 compelling reasons that might just blow your mind. Here we go. Let's start with the most well-known theory. The whole thing was filmed on a soundstage. Hollywood was pumping out some seriously convincing special effects in the 60s. And some of these photos from the moon landing, they just look off. Take the shadows, for instance. In some pictures, they're going in different directions, like there are multiple light sources. Now, unless the sun's doing some crazy lunar gymnastics, the only explanation is studio lighting. And don't even get me started on that flag waving in the wind. Everyone knows there's no air in space, right? So how's that flag flapping around? NASA tried to explain it away, saying it was just the flagpole vibrating. But dude, have you seen the footage? It totally looks like a gentle breeze is blowing that thing. Maybe Kubrick lent NASA a hand with their little production. It's not as crazy as it sounds. All right, next question. Why are there no stars in any of the Apollo photos? Think about it. You're on the moon, no atmosphere, crystal clear view of the cosmos. You'd think the sky would be littered with stars, right? But nope. In every single photo, it's just this inky black void. NASA's excuse. They said the camera exposure was set for the lunar surface, so it couldn't pick up the faint light of the stars. It's almost like they forgot to add the stars in post-production or something. Chapter 3. The Van Allen Radiation Belt, a death trap in space. These are giant zones of radiation that surround Earth, and they're incredibly dangerous. Even today, astronauts on the International Space Station have to take precautions when they pass through these belts, but NASA claims that back in '69, their Apollo crew just waltzed right through them. No problem. If it was that easy, why haven't we been back to the moon in decades? Chapter 4. The lunar module, a miracle of engineering or a load of BS. This is the thing that supposedly landed on the moon and then blasted back off again. But if you look at this thing, it looks like something someone built in their garage, and the technology involved in landing that thing on the moon and getting it back into space, it's mind-bogglingly complex. Even engineers at the time were saying it would be nearly impossible, but somehow NASA pulled it off, or did they? How could NASA make such a giant technological leap back then and then not improve upon it for decades? Chapter 5. Photographic evidence. More like photographic fraud. Some of this stuff just screams fake, like you'll see reflections in the astronauts' visors and it looks like studio lights or maybe even another person who's not supposed to be there. And then there are these photos that NASA claims were taken miles apart, but the backgrounds are identical. It's almost like they just used the same backdrop for multiple shots. So, did we land on the moon? So there you have it, folks. 5 reasons why some people believe the moon landing was faked. Look, I'm not saying I'm convinced, but I am saying it makes you think. The stakes of the space race were incredibly high. Ultimately, it all comes down to what you believe. Let me know what you think down in the comments.